This is Three Beards Media. Real talk, no filters, no scripts. From sports to culture, we say what others won't. Turn it up, lock in, because it all starts right now. Live from the AKC Andrew Downs Studios and powered by Revelton Distilling Company.
Would you like to sample some of my nuts?
You can lift your weights, you can run your miles, but you ain't got what's been earned through trials. It ain't in the gym, ain't in the youth, it's in busted knuckles and hard-lived truth. Back's been sore since 99, but I still stack wood and I still outgrind. Call me slow, call me old, but I got hands that could bend pure gold. Ain't about muscle, ain't about speed, it's about the fire when the time comes to lead. You can talk real tough, you can flex real wide, but when it's time to dig in, boys, step aside. Old man strength, built to last, years of work, no need for class. Ain't no quit, ain't no doubt, you don't know tough till you've been worn out. Woke up stiff, but I'll shake it loose. Been swinging these hands since Reagan was news. Call it stubborn, call it pride, call it wisdom that just won't die. Ain't got time for excuses, kid. I was up at dawn while you just hid. No silver spoon, no easy.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Old Man Strength. Chris looks very eager to get going on this one. He looks very tired. This is Old Man Strength, a Three Beards Media production brought to you by Revelton Distilling Company and broadcasting from the AKC Marketing Studios. I am Tim Johnson, joined by Chris Shipley and Mr. Aaron Wall. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
Good.
I'm old.
Yes. We've tripled the old around here. That's
And
what
I have
we're
a distinct lack of strength right now.
I feel that as well. This should just be called Three Old Tired Men, I think. is the at least the subtitle for this episode.
I'm not changing any more of the graphics. We're not doing that.
You have to change them every 2 minutes after you get another sponsor, Chris. I feel like every time you bring in someone new. So
I know it's a lot.
I was chuckling to myself while going through our opening there, because I was like, holy cow, that is a lot. Like, if I had to shout out every single one, that would just be the podcast. The podcast would
I
just
know,
be
right?
shouting out all of our sponsors. But then I also chuckled because I actually listened for the first time fully to the lyrics of the theme song, I think. and swinging these fists since Reagan was news. That one
That might
had
be me.
That
might
one,
be me.
That one had me laughing pretty hard. The the other day at work, and I may have mentioned this before, but the other day at work, I was telling a story about my dad going over to East Germany before the fall of the war, and my younger coworkers just started laughing because they, in their brain, that might as well happen in 1864. Like, they don't have a concept of communism, or at least the Soviet Union. Since Reagan was news, did not catch that one. Gave me a chuckle.
Caitlin and I had a whole conversation one night about West Germany and East Germany and West Berlin and East Berlin, and trying to explain it to her. You could just see her head wanting to explode. It was so odd for her to wrap her head around that there was a city that was basically split down the middle based off of communism and democracy.
Isn't that just West Des Moines and Clive?
It's pretty much. If that's the case, then Clive is East Germany, because those sons of bitches, they rule that with an iron fist.
Making enemies tonight. Calling out Clive. early.
Clive's way too fancy to be listening to us. We're fine.
At least in their minds, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I got a couple of topics for you guys.
Okay.
Tim, this is learning for you.
Okay.
Because you have the youngest child of the group.
I do, yes.
Chris may have been through this already. Recently, I officially became old. A couple
Okay.
of weeks ago, I played golf with my daughter while she was on spring break. I did not play well that day by my standards, which aren't all that good. 90-ish is score, 80, which a lot of people would consider good. But anyways, that's
I'm happy to break 100. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I was like at 100-ish that day. It was terrible. My daughter goes out and kicks the ever-loving shit out of me.
Yeah,
Shoots an 89 as a 16-year-old
damn.
high school sophomore. So that was the day I officially became old, and I thought to myself, I bet Tim has not experienced such things yet, because his child is still young, quite a bit younger. Chris, you've probably been through something where you came to the realization of, oh, my kid is now better than me at this thing that I've always been better than them at.
I can't think of one.
Well, that's right. You're not an athlete, so you don't have that.
No, she's not an athlete. How about that?
Well, she's probably more athletic than you.
Well, she actually did sign up to do a 5K the other day. So, and I was like, yay for you. You go have a good time.
The day you see your child achieve something, whatever it is, right, that makes you think, oh God, I've gotten to that age, right? Of course, my daughter had to post it on Instagram.
Of course she did.
Post on Facebook, and my mom saw it, and all of the ridicule that came afterwards was well deserved. But it's like, man, alive.
I don't feel like it's well deserved. Like, how often does she play golf?
Well, right now, every day.
Yeah, see, that's not fair.
Because she's on the golf team.
Yeah, that's not fair. You're working for a living, paying for her to be able to do that.
I play 1 to 2 times a week. I play almost every Saturday.
Okay, I was trying to give you an out.
No,
I was going to say,
really have.
I was trying to help you out.
I don't have that much of an excuse.
Are you going to move her back to the white tees next time? Then is that what you're saying?
No. She was playing from the front tees that day, but in the course that we're playing, it's a municipal course. The advantage isn't all that great most of the time.
Yeah.
It is on some of the holes, but not for the most part. But my kid also can hit a 220-yard drive, and she can launch the ball when everything's right. She's pretty good. Which brings me to the second point of this, Tim, and you hopefully maybe we'll get to that at some point. Your child succeeds at something, is really good at it. And like my daughter is shot in a meet last week, an 88, 2-day tournament. She shot 101 one day and 88 the second day. But this past week, 9-hole league match, shot a 38.
Jeez.
Yeah, 38 was the medalist for the tournament, the low score. And so that's, to me, pretty good. I think to most people, pretty good. If you know anything about the average golfer, that's the score they'll never see. And now I'm like, well, you could go to college and play golf. She's like, I don't know. I don't want to. I'm like, you're already good enough to go to college and play golf.
Right.
If you can shoot that kind of score consistently. I'm like, you'd get to travel and do stuff and, get a tutor. And then she's like, and I'm like, it's just the worst because she's good at something that she doesn't want to work at.
Sure.
And it's really quite frustrating.
And how do you get them to see that in the future and what that benefits them? That's the hardest part.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like it opens a lot of doors.
Yeah.
Being a college, right or wrong, being a college athlete opens doors. So it's just one of those things. I don't know what to do about it. don't know that I have a solution. She's got to do what she wants to do. You know, as a dad, I got to let her do what she wants to do because I can't make her do anything because then
Yeah.
she really won't enjoy it. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's certainly something to that's pretty healthy, right? You know, for all the kids that wish they could play college sports that don't, and a lot of people who still live in their glory days years after high school or whatever. For her to be
yeah,
like,
we have
"Eh,
a whole podcast about that. Easy. No,
yeah, exactly. To say like, no, you know, this is something I enjoy, but I don't love it enough to make it that, I think there's certainly something healthy for that. So I applaud her for that. But yes, you are right. There is kind of that double-edged sword of I know you don't want to do it and it's going to become a chore, but sometimes the things that are good for your career, your future, like you said, it right, wrong, or indifferent, it opens doors.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just thought it was interesting. Something for you to think about, Tim, because that time's coming for you too.
Yeah, thankfully it probably won't be in athletics. But it will be in something else, I'm sure.
I mean, Caitlin was kind of the same way. She was in show choir for 4 years, has an amazing voice. She went for voice lessons, sang lead in every year of her show choir, and then when she went to Iowa State, she had the opportunity to join a couple of these singing clubs or whatever, and it was the same thing. She was good enough to join like the Iowa State Singers. She didn't want the pressure. She didn't want all that added. So she joined this contemporary little group that just did little get-togethers and things like that. But it would have opened up more doors for her, I believe, in voice and things like that. But that just wasn't what she wanted. You know what I mean? So, and I don't think she has any regrets now. But at the time, she had so much talent, and there was people telling her, professional people, not just her dad who thought she was great, like professional people that were like, you have a talent here that you could really do something with. And I think the pressure of that was just too much. She just didn't want to do it.
Yeah, that's part of it too. So what I figured out with my daughter is the days that she plays really well, it's because she's playing with somebody who's getting real down on themselves. The day that she played with me, I was down because I was playing poorly. And then she told me one day she shot an 88. The girl she was playing with was down on herself. I said, you know why that works? It's because you stop thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
You don't get in your own head. You're worried about the other person, which is a great quality, the empathy and all of that.
Right.
I'm like, now you just got to figure out how to do that all the time without the external motivation, you know, which is a whole nother chore in and of itself. Right. So, but yeah, it's interesting to see your kids grow up and go through those things. And you want so badly to tell them what to do, and you really can't.
You know what's really funny is I think all of the time, I spend way too much time thinking about it, but I think all of the time, like if I had a time machine, what I would go back and tell 18-year-old me, like all of the advice I'd give myself, and not just like, buy Amazon or something like that. But like just like the life advice or the career advice or those types of things that I, if I had to do it all over again, what would I do type of thing. But I never think, oh, these are the lessons I should be giving my daughter, because I know she's on a completely different path. And so any advice that I would be giving myself probably doesn't fit her. But I do wonder if there are some things that maybe I should be thinking, hey, maybe, don't tell her these things verbatim, but are there things, pieces of nuggets of wisdom, I guess, that I could still probably be helping to instill. And I don't know. I'd like to think that most of what I say probably is neither a nugget nor wisdom. So
yeah, I think you're wrong, Tim. I think that you can relate, and I won't ask you to give specifics, right? But like any of those items that you think in your head, I should go back and tell my 18-year-old Tim this or that. I think you can look at the overall picture of that advice and relate that in some way to our kids, and being able to that's what your life experience does when you're parenting kids. is all that life experience and things like that. Like I can go back and look and say for 100% certainty, I would go back and tell Chris not to be a quitter when he was 18. Like I quit a ton of stuff in high school that was just hard and I didn't want to do it. And it was easier to quit and easier to quit. I don't do that now, but my life would be fundamentally better financially, mental health wise, if I wouldn't have quit a lot of things in my 20s that 18-year-old Chris could have heard that advice.
Yeah. So I guess my point though is I would be giving that advice because of the person that I was at 18. She is already fundamentally a different person at 11. If I've done my job of raising her up until 18, I shouldn't have to wait until she's 18 to give her that advice. Like she's like part of why I don't think I would ever have to give her advice or I could give her good advice is she's already a better person at 11 than I was at 18. She's already a smarter, kinder, more moral, just better head on her shoulders type of person than I was at that age. And so to me, it's more about it's not about the advice that I would not give 18-year-old her advice that I give 18-year-old me because 18-year-old me needed to hear a completely different thing than what I anticipate she's going to need to hear. And so, you say you tell 18-year-old Chris don't quit things, but did you have to tell Caitlin that all the time? I'm guessing not.
No, but
yeah,
because I think we're on the same path here, right? Like no, because I knew those lessons and that's how I raised her to be such a great young lady that she is, just like the same thing for you. Like you say that Lily is 1,000 times better than you are at 11 than you were 18. Well, how did she get that way?
So I am very reticent to give myself credit on parenting.
Clearly, we can tell.
No, but I think it's true because I think way too many parents do. They talk about how proud they are their kid is this. They're proud their kid is that. That doesn't. First of all, that doesn't give enough agency to the child and the decisions that they made. B, that doesn't give enough credence to the fact that maybe they watched. Because like I look at my parents and my parents weren't perfect, and so I don't say that I'm everything that they raised me to be. I'm some of the things they raised me to be, and I'm some of the things they didn't raise me to be. Right. I'm some of the things that I did in spite of or watching them. Maybe, the best advice is not the advice I give, it's the life that I live. And to me, because she's watching me, I don't like she can see the mistakes that I made, and I don't have to point out these mistakes, right? Right. And I don't have to say, hey, avoid these things. She already wants to avoid them because she's already seen it with me. So I think to me, I can't believe how shitty of a bumper sticker that sounded. It's not the advice to give, it's the life that I live. Holy shit, that sounded terrible. But I think that to me is maybe where I'm at, is that I think sometimes I do think, and I'm not discounting the role of parents, right? No. But there are sometimes you're great because of them, and sometimes you're great despite them. And I'm reticent for him. Like I don't ever, when Lily does good at basketball, I don't say I'm so proud of you. I say you should feel so proud. A, I don't want her to feel like the things I'm proud of are wrapped up in something like that. And B, because that's not my pride to have. That's hers.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I think there's a certain amount of your child needs to know that you are proud of them.
I didn't say that I don't say I'm proud of her.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm just saying I'm conscious of the things that I tell her I'm proud of. I'm proud that she's a good friend. I am proud that she is kind to people. I am proud that her teachers praise her for being a good classmate. And I tell her those things. That's what I'm proud of.
Oh, I asked my kid why we get told all those things and she's such a turd at home. But my kid's all 15, so we can have those kinds of conversations these days.
Well, let me ask you this. Tim, you obviously have one child. Aaron, you only have one child.
Correct.
I had two, raising two boys. So I have 4 kids. And to your point, Tim, I think listening to what you had said, I think there's a lot of validity into that because I raised all 4 of those kids the exact same way with the same values and things like that. And all 4 kids came out different.
Yeah.
So to your point, there's some validity to what you're saying.
Well, guys, it takes a village.
No, it doesn't.
Which is true, because to Tim's point, they learned some things from other places, whether that be at school, whether that be from their friends, from a TV show. You cannot, as a parent, and I think to Tim's point, to some extent, take all of the credit, because that's not how it works.
Right.
You can take some credit, and saying, we've done a good job isn't a bad thing as parents, but if you say, yeah, we were great and we did it all by ourselves, so you're naive and or an a-hole, one of the two.
Right.
Because there's all these other people involved in their lives that have some sort of impact.
Yeah, I mean, there's just the whole movie trope of my old man used to say type of thing. Like, I learned a ton from my dad. He didn't have any words of wisdom for me, though. Like the idea that we need to give advice to be role models too is kind of just.
I learned a lot from my old man by doing not what he did.
Yeah, well, yeah,
there was a lot of that.
It's still a role model.
Yeah,
that was mostly because he would say, "Do as I tell you, not as I do." That was always his famous line.
Yes, well, and I will argue this point all day. Maybe not on this podcast, but
why, you got another podcast you're doing?
No, just not. We won't have enough time if we get into this, probably. But all good parents are hypocrites in some fashion.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's either don't do what I did, or and kids are like, that's hypocritical. Yes, it is. Just admit that it is. Don't say, well, no, you're being a hypocrite. That's fine, because you're doing it for the right. If you're doing it for the right reasons. But all parents are, or to some extent, or should be hypocritical about some things.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
But anyway,
it's tricky to find the place between protect them from making the same mistake and allowing them to make the same mistake, right? Because you have to allow them to make mistakes.
Yep.
It's just a matter of which ones. Like, don't kill that guy and hide his body in
it depends. What did the guy do?
Okay.
Did he deserve it?
Did he touch my daughter in a way that he shouldn't have? Then she should kill him. So second topic, we get off of that a little bit. Here is just about how old I am in general. I was playing golf Saturday, and for a couple of weeks I've had little twinges in my calf muscles, and they had kind of gone away, and I thought everything was better, just slight strain or something like that. And I was playing golf and playing horribly again on the front nine, and twinged it and felt it, and I'm like, oh, that hurts. And then it happened again, and the front nine, and it kept going because dumb dude.
You paid for those green fees, you got to get them in.
That's right. Well, and it wasn't really any worse than it had been a few weeks prior, so I just thought, I just re-aggravated it a little bit. Then I get up to the 11th tee box and rip into my driver and almost fall to the ground in pain. I have probably grade 2 strained my left calf. There's no bruising. There's no swelling per se. So I don't think it's not a full tear or anything. And it's like, how? Like I've been doing this every week, twice a week for years now, a couple of years almost. It's like you would think that it just wouldn't give up like that. And that's just the point of like, how did we get old? Why are we? What the fuck happened? But on the plus side, it did make my golf game a lot better because I continued to play the rest of the round. And I shot a 50 on the front nine, and I shot a 37 on the back nine after I hurt myself.
Wow.
So were you not trying to overswing? Is that what
I
did
think
it?
that was part of it. I was just trying to
I'm going to take it easy this second.
Trying
this
to not launch the ball as far as I could all the time. Probably focusing more on proper techniques, trying to square the club face up better. And
yeah, I love Watching those old 70-year-olds on the course that are only hitting it like 150, but they're like straight as an arrow every single time, and they end up with a way better score because they're just doing the slow and steady approach with their nice slow easy swing. I mean I've just played golf like a 70-year-old my entire life, so
Swing for all you're worth. I went to this was years ago. This was before I lost all the weight. We and a buddy of mine went to TPC of Iowa. They had like this Father's Day special. So we pull up and they pull your clubs out of your car for you. This is a fancy place. And we go to the driving range and there's this 70-year-old guy and he's literally doing that, Tim. He's just drilling 150, 160 yards, straight drives. And Jeff and I are out there just fucking ripping them and just left and right and dribble and whatever. And finally I looked at Jeff. I go, that's it. I'm not hitting anymore in front of this guy. I'm fucking embarrassed. Let's just go play the golf and get out of here. They're gonna figure out we're fucking frauds pretty quick. But I was like same way. I was like, how is that guy like he's barely swinging in the club, and here I am like rearing back like I'm gonna tear a lat while I'm trying to swing.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I first got back into it, I pulled some rib cage stuff because I was swinging hard, and you always get sore when you don't play for a long time because the rotation is something you don't normally do.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like, man, I think I've pulled two muscles in my entire life before this. A very slight hamstring once in college, and a groin when I was in high school. And it's like 40 freaking years later almost, it seems like 30 anyways, and I forget how painful that is.
So what's
how old I feel when,
I was gonna say the recovery timetable is a little bit longer when you get older too.
Yeah, I suspect so. I was supposed to play golf this morning with my kid and I hated the fact that I'm like, I don't think we should probably go do that right now.
You used an injury to get out of losing again.
Yeah, well, possibly. It's possible.
That's a classic dad move, by the way.
Yeah,
100%.
It is possible that I could have used that. I mean, I might have been able to hobble around and play, but it surely wouldn't have helped it heal. So
I had this plan yesterday of doing a bunch of yard work because I got to get ready to put the pool up for the year, and I have to kind of re-level the ground and move some. So I was trying to level some ground, and then any project. I went to Menards like 3 fucking times because I didn't have the shit that I needed. But I moved some brick around and whatever else, and dude, I couldn't do it for more than maybe 10 minutes before I'd have to get up and then go sit down on the patio for a couple minutes just to like relax and just take my breath. And then I'd go back out and I'd do a little bit more or whatever. And then last night I'm laying there and I'm like, my lower back is like killing me now. All of a sudden, it's not like I did something and I felt it immediately, but it was started to creep in. And by the time we went to bed last night, I took 2 Tylenol PMs. That knocked me out. And then I woke up this morning all groggy, couldn't fully wake up. And I'm like lumbering around. I sat at church in those wooden pews, and that hurt. And I finally went and got some like medicated pads or whatever. And I put one on before I went to the airport. And sure enough, I got flagged in the X-ray machine for something on my back. And the guy's like, I got to pat you down. And I was like, oh, I got this lidocaine pad or something.
Yeah, icy hot patch.
And he's like, oh yeah, I could smell that. He said. So I was like, as soon as he flagged me, I was like, fuck, I got that thing on my back. You probably think I'm strapping something into the airport.
That's why I always smuggle my heroin underneath a lidocaine patch. I find that is the easiest way to get through.
And it hides it from the dogs.
The scent throws off the dogs. Like it's just the best way to travel with heroin, which is definitely a drug I have seen before in my real life and would know what it looks like or what quantity you would have.
I wouldn't have any idea. Short of marijuana, I would not have any idea what half these drugs look like. Unless it was in a movie, I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Oh, I have been to a party in Ames, actually, where there was a pile of Coke on a table. Back in the day.
Man.
And weed, but I don't think I've ever seen any of the rest of it that I know of. Other than people smoking it like on the street in Seattle. You know, because people just do whatever in the middle of a freaking street in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, my friend had to chase out somebody smoking fentanyl in the brewery. That didn't even go into the bathroom, just went over by the bathrooms, and so she grabbed a baseball bat and chased him out.
Yeah.
Well, I just stood there and watched and didn't help, but it wasn't my brewery.
It wasn't my
Yeah,
brewery.
she had a bat. What was I gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take on some dude high on fentanyl.
Right?
Yeah, but yeah, so I mean those were the two things I just wanted to kind of bring up because it does fit the topic of the show, old man strength, and the fact that we slowly are turning into babies again. We'll all be in diapers eventually again, and somebody will be wiping our butts for us. I mean,
Yeah,
the
What you're
slow
saying is I
downhill.
should probably be nicer to my kids.
Yeah, slow downhill decline from here, fellas.
One of the things that has actually helped me, like I'm actually in fairly good physical shape for my age, especially when I compare it to like my dad and his brothers or my mom's brothers. Like for the genetics I got, I'm in pretty good shape for my age. But then I remembered it's because I have such a physically demanding job. And I've stayed physical in my job. Like before I got into brewing and I remember like my first desk job, I gained 10 pounds like right away, and it would be really easy to have a lot more sedentary. And so for me, that is the benefit. And so I don't find myself getting as tired as easily or as hurt as easily because I'm already doing that through the day. But I can tell there is a limited shelf life to how long I'm able to do this job. And it is rapidly approaching, and it will come to a point where I'm going to just fall down into a pile on the brewery floor, and they're gonna have to come and get the forks on the forklift over and pick me up and take me off. But it is something that I realize, holy shit, that's probably only, I mean, honestly, like 5 years away. Like it's not that far before my body is not going to be able to do this.
So I mean, not to bring the show down, but what have you thought about that? Like do you have a plan? Like
He's gonna go back to selling Cleveland Steamers.
Yeah.
I mean, I only asked that because 2 years ago, I was in that position. I lost that job and I was in a shit area. I mean, I was going to therapy for God's sakes, because I was like, I'm 50 some years old and I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. No, I mean, I lose a lot of sleep over it. You just keep on working on getting sponsors, so we don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
If we get Spotify to buy out Three Beards Media,
We'll
get us
all
some of that
retire.
work.
Sure, if we offered it to them for like the $10 it's worth, they'd probably buy it.
That's right. Get that Joe Rogan money. You
Yeah.
can just get on there and say stupid shit and
Let's
have
get some-
absolutely no truth to it whatsoever.
Isn't that already old man strength?
Pretty much. Yeah. We're just not ripped on steroids and half our brains rotted.
There is that.
Get me wrong. Get me started on that fucking guy.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. And it does keep me up at night. And I've tried to, I have other skills, but as far as getting them, finding a job to do that isn't necessarily easy. I have started building out my network again to move on to something that is a less physically demanding job. And I do kind of keep in touch with a lot of my old contacts and still go grab drinks or dinner with somebody. And so I've been trying to keep those relationships alive, as well as talking within the company I work at of, what the long-term roadmap looks like, so that I could certainly stay there without having to beat my body up to do it. But I don't know. I mean, There's so much that's changed in the last 10 years that how do I know what the next 10 years even look like though? Right? I mean, it's a completely different world.
No doubt about that. I was telling Stacy, I came out to California for this conference for work, and it's a marketing conference. I've only been in this director's position for a year at the job that I'm at. And there's going to be people here that are way smarter than me. And there's a ton of like imposter syndrome running through me for this thing this week. Like, of just being able to understand everything. And, you know, it's hard to explain. It's 55 years old and I'm in a position that is normally somebody that has a lot more experience and things like that. And everybody that I work with tell me that I'm fine and I'm killing it or whatever. But being around all these talented people that are out here this week has got me a little nervous. Is that fair?
Oh no, that is I would be feeling. I'm not to say that you should feel this way, but it's normal that you feel that way. I would feel exactly the same way. I want to put your mind at ease, Chris, and let you know it's not a syndrome. You are just an imposter. It's fine.
You guys always make me feel so much better about myself. I appreciate that.
I absolutely get it. You know, there's the whole like fake it till you make it thing, and then you find out everyone's faking it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Aaron and I have talked a lot about how the people that say the most in the meetings know the least, or the people who use the most jargon have the least to offer. And that's why executives get so hung up on these buzzwords or this, you know, before it was Strengths Finder. Now it's, you know, everyone needs to learn EOS and this EOS model and read this book and read that book and read those things. It's like, because it's all of the things that are about not doing your job,
right?
Than it is about doing your job. And I'm not saying some of those things certainly can't be important and you can't glean insight from them. But they get way more obsessed with the not job portion of it. And when I hear people, you know, we have certain metrics that I think are pretty good for a company of our age, of our maturity level. But like I look at like the craft brewing industry, if you were to ask like your average craft brewery owner what EBITDA means, I don't even think half of them would even be able to say that. Like even just like basic financial metrics, because there's such a wide range of things that it takes to make a business run, that all of the fancy business school stuff versus, you know, just the tactical getting it done day to day. There's such a wide swath of things that it's easy to get caught up on the people that have the technical knowledge and the industry jargon and those types of things, that you kind of forget that the nuts and bolts of what really gets the job done is on the other end of the spectrum.
Go ahead, Chris. Ask the question. What's EBITDA, Tim?
Why do I always have to be the dumb one? Why do I always have to be the dumb one? That's not fair.
Because you're the guy that freely admits he doesn't know anything.
You're right. I do. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
It's earnings before you take all your expenses and stuff out, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't do that stuff. I just
interest, taxes, amortization, depreciation.
Yeah, I don't care. You guys probably shouldn't have me in charge of this business.
Yes.
I don't know. I just send the shit to the accountant. He figures it out.
Our EBITDA is probably 0.001 or something. You know.
What's that?
I said our EBITDA is probably $0.001. Not
sure.
Much.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think we're running in the red. That's about the best I can say for it.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're good there.
Especially if we keep having to repair a freaking bus,
dude,
or ambulance. our expenses on vehicles for a company
Right.
that really doesn't have vehicles.
That
Really-
depreciation is really fucking hammering us.
Something, buddy.
It's the only thing that keeps us out of the government's eye. It's just losing
Yeah.
money and not having to pay taxes. So I'm just sinking in that ambulance.
It's
It's an investment. It's a future investment in this company. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Strategic write-offs are important.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why
You
farmers
don't
buy
even
new
know what a
trucks every
write-off
year.
is, do you?
Yeah. But yeah, I guess what I would say to reassure you is that like all of the fancy technical stuff that a lot of those people have and know about, or those, textbook things, right? Marketing people love to talk about like marketing principles as if everyone understands them and knows them and all of that stuff. But when it comes to the day-to-day, your job is to sell a product, good, or service. Right? Are you doing that?
Right.
Then you are good at your job.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the part that sometimes gets missed. I'm sure you'll learn a ton and I'm sure you'll get it, but yeah, you belong there just as much as someone who has all the technical jargon and then works for a company that is failing to move everything, right? Like I worked for companies that won all kinds of advertising awards, and then they kept on having to close down locations. Like at the end of the day, you're not. You can look pretty and you can win an award for looking pretty, but if it's not selling the product,
Right.
it's not doing its job.
Well, a lot of these that I come to, I tend to go to some of the speakings and whatever, and usually I'll leave and I'll figure out that those where whoever was up on stage is trying to sell whatever product they have. So they were brought in as an expert, and their way is the way to do it. And you should sign up for this service and whatever else. And then I figure out that's bullshit. I get more out of these things when I go and sit down and talk to people that are in the same job as me. Hey, what are you doing here? What have you learned? What doesn't work? What ILS works? What ILS doesn't work for you guys in this market and things like that? Because you can't rely on the industry experts. They're going to tell you what they want to tell you so that you'll buy their product, right? Yeah. I want to talk to the people that have bought the products and the shit doesn't work, or it does. So
well, you go to enough conferences, Chris, and you'll figure out that all the real business gets done at the bar or at dinners or side conversations. Conferences are basically vehicles to get people together.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I mean, sometimes there's something new and exciting that you want to see at a conference, but more often than not, we go to the major conference that our industry has every year, and mostly we're just talking to people we're already doing business with because everybody's there. It's a chance for to be able to talk to people and, connect again when you don't see them all the time or whatever.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you that you'll know at least as much as half of the people in that joint, if not more.
Yeah.
Because there'll be plenty of people in there that don't know what they're doing and have the title because they've been with the company a long time, or
I will
up because there's still a shitload of that in the world.
I mean, I can say one thing: this title was not handed to me; I earned it, so for sure. All right, let's get a word. Let's take a break. We'll get a word from our 85 sponsors, and while you guys are watching those, if you'd like to be a sponsor of Three Beards Media, hit me up because we always have room for more. So,
we love you, sponsors. We're just teasing.
We do, absolutely. We do. And then we'll come back.
Buying or selling a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. That's why choosing the right real estate team matters. The Jenny Farrell team with RE/MAX Concepts has been helping families across the Des Moines metro find the right home since 1998. Born and raised right here in the community, Jenny understands the neighborhoods, the market, and what truly makes a house feel like home. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading your space, or preparing to sell, the Jenny Farrell team provides expert guidance every step of the way, from market analysis and listings to negotiations and closing. Their consultative approach means you'll feel confident, informed, and supported throughout the entire process. Jenny Farrell Team, RE/MAX Concepts. Call or text 515-779-7500. Visit jenniferfarrell.remax.com. Experience you can trust. Results you can move into.
In the heart of Des Moines, one name stands above the rest. Step inside, where tradition still matters. Warm, familiar, unmistakably Iowa, where every guest is welcomed like family. Service that's personal and never rushed. Fresh starts made daily. Iowa beef, hand-seasoned. Guided by fire, built on flavor. Served with pride. A bar as bold as the menu. Featuring the old-fashioned we're known for. A place that stays with you long after the night ends. Iowa Beef Steakhouse, 1201 East Euclid Avenue, Des Moines. Steak done right.
Gentlemen, let's be honest. Finding the perfect gift for your wife or girlfriend isn't always easy. You want something thoughtful, stylish, and unique. And that's exactly what you'll find at Styled by JJ Boutique. Julia Bradshaw and her team strive to be your go-to boutique for casual, boho, and chic clothing and accessories, helping women elevate their style one piece at a time. Located right here in Johnston, Iowa, Styled by JJ brings trendy, high-quality fashion that boosts confidence without breaking the bank. So, if you're looking for a gift that says, I get you, instead of I tried, head to Styled by JJ Boutique. Because nothing makes her smile like feeling beautiful. Styled by JJ Boutique, where style meets confidence. Visit our Johnston location or shop online at styledbyjjboutique.com.
Not every animal gets a fair shot. But that's exactly what Animal Lifeline of Iowa is here to change. Since 1986, they've been stepping in for the ones who need it most. Injured, abused, orphaned, and special needs cats and dogs across Iowa. This isn't just a shelter, it's a lifeline. As Central Iowa's only no-kill shelter dedicated to special needs animals, they provide life-saving care, rehabilitation, and the opportunity for every animal to find a forever home, no matter how long it takes. But here's the deal. They can only save as many lives as the community supports. So get involved. Donate online. Hit up the Animal Lifeline thrift store, where every purchase fuels their mission. Or, better yet, find your next best friend and adopt. Because every tail wag, every purr, starts with someone like you. Animal Lifeline of Iowa, where we provide much-needed TLC and a safe space until they find their home.
Freight brokers and shippers, are you tired of drowning in emails, spreadsheets, and endless manual work? Introducing USFX, your AI-powered private freight command center. Simply email your PDF rate confirmation or bill of lading to intake@us-fx.com. In seconds, our AI captures every detail, sets up your shipment, verifies carriers, and launches a live digital workflow. No IT setup, no delays. Build your private carrier network instantly. Send bids only to your trusted partners and watch real-time tracking handle everything from pickup to delivery. Cut the friction, boost your margins, scale with ease. USFX, the smarter way to move freight. Visit us-fex.com today and get your free demo. Start transforming your operation. Let's be honest, pizza is something almost every family enjoys. You're already grabbing one at the store. So why not choose the best tasting pizza that also supports a cause we all care about? That was the challenge behind We Will Pizza. Create the ultimate frozen pizza for Cyclone fans. Big flavor, bold toppings, and options for everyone, including gluten-free choices that don't sacrifice taste. And if you haven't tried it yet, the real MVP? The breakfast pizza. Perfect for early kickoffs, tailgates, or watch parties when Hilton Magic or Jack Trice Energy is calling. Every bite helps benefit Iowa State student athletes, so your game day spread does more than just taste amazing. It gives back. We Will Pizza. Made for Cyclone fans, built for tailgates, and ready whenever you are. We will, you will. Cyclones will.
Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home, or if it's simply time to renovate the one you're already living in, You need an experienced mortgage professional to help you analyze your financing options and to make sure the closing goes smoothly. And that's exactly what you get when you call Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage. Kyle's experience and expertise, coupled with Wintrust's rates and programs, ensures you'll get the mortgage that's right for you. You may even qualify for down payment assistance. Before you reach out to a realtor, call Kyle and get pre-qualified, empowering you to start shopping for the home of your dreams. Call Kyle at 515-473-0546. Kyle Lehman, Wintrust Mortgage, 515-473-0546.
All right. Man, that's a lot of them.
We're back. Oh,
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Yeah, I shortened the opening, so we can.
Yeah, I think we need to move some of those to the opening.
Yeah. No.
Peek behind the curtain, people. We're real professional. We're talking about how to market our company way better.
That's right.
Live on the air.
One of the ads we played is for the Animal Lifeline. I met Betty and Bruce. They came to they're actually big fans of Billy and Willie's podcast, and Betty is on the board at the Animal Lifeline Center of Iowa. This is a special needs no-kill shelter in Des Moines. It's 100% funded by donations, and they were looking for some help. So Three Beards Media runs a commercial for them every episode for every pod that we have. You can go shop at the Animal Lifeline thrift store, and that helps funds them. And then we promised that we would do an adoptable of the week every week, and this is Bruno. Bruno is a 4-year-old mixed breed. He's very sweet, loyal. He's been at the center for over a year, and he really needs a home. So,
horse shit, people. Somebody adopt that.
That's right. He's loving, playful, always ready to make a smile. And they are until May 21st doing $50 for an adoption of an adult dog. So, definitely want to hit them up and go see Bruno. They had a comedy special called Comedians to the Rescue on Friday that we went to. Bill and Willie and John Bush, who was on the podcast a couple weeks ago, and Jonathan May were all there performing. So they raised some money for that. But we definitely, it's kind of when we all decided to start this thing was to give back, and that's part of what we're doing. So go shop the Animal Lifeline thrift store, or go adopt a Bruno, poor guy. So yeah. All right, I got to tell you guys,
without approval, Three Beards Media will pay the adoption fee for Bruno if you go adopt that.
Yes, there you go. You go adopt Bruno. You contact us.
Show us a picture.
Yeah,
whatever. We will pay that $50 adoption fee. Go rescue that dog.
There you go.
Tim's coming for you.
That's right. All right, so Aaron, do you remember last year when you texted me about the guy with the Size House of Trivia table?
Yes.
So Three Beards Media went to Size House of Trivia last year.
Some of you.
Some of it. What? Yeah, some of us did.
You got to.
Yeah. Well, you could go if you lived here.
You didn't tell me you were going this year. Maybe I could have planned a trip.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't know till 2 weeks beforehand. I forgot. You've just got miles coming out your ass on your flights. Would you have come?
It only
you
just busted my chops to drive there.
Would you have come, or are you just busting my chops?
I don't know. I might have.
Anyways, I'm getting to a part where you guys will think this is funny. So the guy reached out. Last year he said, listen, I'll be you guys, if you want to be our backup every year, there's some years I can't go. So sure enough, he texted me 2 weeks ago and was like, I can't go. Do you want the table? And I said, yeah. So I don't know. Do you guys remember in December when, Coach Campbell left and everything else? And I wrote that article on Three Beards Media relating Jamie Pollard to, I know how to write. Relating Jamie Pollard to Jerry Krause and how he just basically was the Jerry Krause of Ohio State.
I recall this, yes.
So at Size House Trivia, somebody comes and sits with you every round, whether it's a coach or somebody from the administration or whatever. And the last round, Jamie Pollard sat down at the table. And he's saying hi to everybody, and he looks at me and he says hi, and I said hi. And I said, I don't know if you remember, because I don't know, maybe he doesn't remember me, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm Chris Shipley. And he goes, dead serious. He looks at me and goes, yeah, I know who you are. And gave me the dirtiest look ever. And I was like, and Dave Larson, who hosts Side of the Storm, was sitting there with me. And Dave's talking to him like they're best friends. And he's talking to Dave and whatever else. He won't even like look at me. And I didn't choose to look at him at that point. And I was like, so he left, and Stacy goes, what did you write in that article? And I go, I tried to explain it to her. She has no idea who Jerry Krause is or whatever, but I was just like, it wasn't very glowing. Let's just put it that way.
Well, you basically ruled out the possibility of us ever getting our own table, as long as Jamie's still there.
No, I mean, I don't think so.
We're always going to have to be somebody.
Not if I sign up under Aaron Wall's name.
Yeah,
under Aaron Wall's name.
Well, but if it can't be Three Beards Media, because you'll know who that is.
It's Three Schmeards Media.
Yeah, right. Oh, so yeah. So I got a dirty look from Jamie Pollard. I'm still not blocked though. Somehow I'm still not blocked.
That's impressive.
I know, right?
Yeah, given his propensity for that, and I mean, he's got every right to do that. But given his propensity, I'm surprised he hasn't blocked you.
Yeah, I'm a little offended now that he hasn't blocked me.
I mean, you don't. I guess you. I think he's more getting rid of people who engage him regularly on there, and you took it. I don't want to say offline, but you took it out of a place where he would block.
It was a journalistic article. It was all journalism. It was an opinion.
I believe they call those op-eds, Chris.
Yes, it was an op-ed. That's exactly what it was.
A letter from the editor.
Yes. Penthouse Forums.
I don't know about that one.
So yeah, that's what happened.
Well, that's not awkward in any way, shape, or form.
It's not. I did.
But more importantly, how did you do? Did you?
Oh, we sucked. We were terrible. We were terrible. Although luckily, Dave's son was there, and he's going into physical therapy, so we had a medical category, and he cleaned up on that one. And we cleaned up on movies. It
wasn't because of you.
Yes, it was. Thank you very much. It was one word movie titles, and I knew the majority of them, with the exception of Parasite. I'd never heard of that before. I'd never heard of Parasite before.
No, I'm thoroughly impressed that you did well in that.
I didn't know any of the music questions. Just full disclosure.
No,
I didn't know any of the music.
Chris just kept on guessing Heat until it was that one.
Which wasn't one of them. Thank you very much.
Is it Heat?
Like, did you guys ever watch that show Wings?
Oh, yeah. Who was it?
Lowell,
Anne Margaret.
Yeah, Lowell kept answering Anne Margaret to all the Trivia Pursuit questions
until at the very end it finally was, and he wouldn't guess it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Roy wouldn't let him guess it.
Oh, yeah,
Roy was so pissed.
That's right.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yes,
Yeah.
but when he, what's the largest silver user in the world? And he said Anne Margaret, and Roy's like, the largest silver user in the world. Really, Lowell? Have you seen her Vegas act, Roy? That girl's got some jewelry. Such an underrated show.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm glad you made the same reference. Yeah, nothing old man about making a reference to Wings.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in forever. I should find that.
Is that on streaming anywhere?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
I think it was on streaming for Netflix. I dropped Netflix, so I don't know, but I think it was on Netflix for a while.
You know what I started today on the plane is Mad Men.
Have you not watched it yet?
I've probably watched the first episode like 3 times.
Okay.
And then I just lose track of it and then don't think of it. But I just finished episode 3 of season 1. So on the plane today.
I never
interesting.
You never finished it?
No.
I finished it. I mean, it probably ran a season too long, but I finished it. I wouldn't mind. I haven't gone back and rewatched it in quite some time. I wouldn't mind doing that.
I have a real problem with not finishing a lot of shows.
I do too.
And it's not because they're not good shows necessarily. Mad Men, Shameless,
I've never watched
Breaking Bad. They all just seem to get into this rut in the middle seasons, and it's like, where are we going? It's all the same stuff, just repackaged all the time. So then I quit watching them.
I will say things got a little slow in Breaking Bad, but towards the end, it was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
I loved Breaking Bad, but I've never watched Better Call Saul. And
I think Better Call Saul might be even better than Breaking Bad.
That's what everybody tells me,
Yeah.
but I have not watched it.
Yeah.
I was that way with The Man in the High Castle. So do you know what that show is? It's on Prime, and it's
I've seen the movie.
Yeah, you've seen the movie?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a movie.
I believe it was a movie first.
Oh,
if
I had
it's
no
what
idea.
I'm thinking of.
The Man in the High Castle is basically, it's set in an alternate, let's not an alternate reality, but like it is an alternate reality where Germany and Japan won the war. And they split the United States at like the Rocky Mountains. So from the Rocky Mountains to about Iowa is kind of what they call like the neutral zone, right? It's kind of a wasteland. And then all of the East Coast.
So wait, I thought you were talking about an alternative reality.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Between the Rocky Mountains,
even in the other reality, nobody wants to go to Nebraska.
Yeah, that's what I said. From Rocky Mountains to Iowa is Nebraska.
Yeah.
So it is very brown in a way.
German controlled, and then anything from the Rocky Mountains to the west is controlled by Japan. And there's basically these resistance pockets that are trying to fight it and whatever. But it's super interesting. Like the German Reich is running the eastern part of the country, and the Man in the High Castle is supposedly this person. There's a film that's out there that shows that the United States actually won the war, and it's a propaganda film to get people to resist and whatever. It's really good, but same thing. I got to like season 3, and I was like, I think part of it was it took too long to get to season 3, and then I lost interest, and then I couldn't remember what happened in season 2, because my memory sucks. And then after a while, I was just like, I don't know. It's not as good as what it was. Same thing with The Boys. The Boys is the same thing. First 2 seasons was great. I've never watched season 3. So,
yeah, and I was wrong. It's not a movie. I was thinking of The Last Castle.
Oh, that's
James
with Robert
Gandolfini
Redford.
and
Yeah,
Roger
that's a good
Redford.
movie.
Mark
I like that
Ruffalo.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry.
it's okay. I forgive you.
You should. But, yeah, I don't know. I have a real problem with a lot of those. And it's almost always dramas because they get stuck in the rut of drama for drama's sake. And like, okay, it's the same thing again. Let's move along,
You ever
find a way to
watched,
end this.
you
I
ever
think
watched Sons of
there could be
Anarchy?
3 or 4 seasons and
Yeah.
probably be good.
Have either of you watched Sons of Anarchy?
Nope.
No.
So I'm watching that show, and I'm like, I feel like I've seen this plot before, where I feel like this character is a lot like this other character. And I looked it up. The guy that wrote Sons of Anarchy also wrote The Shield. And he pretty much used similar storylines or whatever in that. It's kind of like the same thing that guy that writes all those other shows now, like Yellowstone and Landman and all that other stuff, that Taylor Sheridan guy or something. Like, I feel like it's all the same shit.
Landman's great. I haven't watched any of the other ones.
What's funny is I barely finish shows because I barely even start them because there's this list of things that people say I need to see, and so like I'll do that, and like maybe like some Saturday I'll watch a couple episodes, and then I just never get back to it. And it's not because it's like not even good. Like I'm still behind on The Bear just because once it fell out of my regular viewing, for someone who grew up on weekly episodic TV and had a scheduled you watch one episode, the whole binge watching thing to me is it's still not something that I necessarily do. I don't know.
I'll watch an entire season of Emily in Paris in one sitting.
Checks out.
What is? I don't know what that is.
It's Phil Collins's daughter as a marketing person in fucking Paris.
Yeah.
This should be right up your alley.
That seems, yeah, okay. It does not, actually. It doesn't seem right up my alley. All I know is I'm watching Mad Men, and I'm like, what world is this? Like, the sexist misogyny is just so bad. It's terrible.
It was the 60s, buddy.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
50s and 60s.
So bad.
I just think we should bring back 3 martini lunches, though. So
No shit. kidding.
everyone is drinking and smoking constantly in the
Oh,
office.
my God. It's
I
terrible.
mean, Spain shuts down for a nap every day. So,
That sounds amazing.
you know.
Yeah. We have a guy on our production floor who shuts down for a nap every day. He doesn't always necessarily need to.
Is his name Tim?
It's not me, believe it or not. No, I think that poor guy works 2 jobs and just doesn't sleep enough. But
Oh, that sounds terrible.
well, that's why you want him operating a forklift. That seems safe.
No problems.
All right. Well, we should probably get out of here, fellas.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should. Yeah, I got to go eat dinner.
Yeah.
Baja Sharkies. That's the name of that place, I think.
Well, that could be.
I Googled it. It's like a 6-minute car ride from here. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Cool.
All right. Thanks for watching Three Beards Media, Old Man Strength, live from the AKC Marketing Studios, and all of our sponsors, which I'm not going to say one at a time because we'd be here for another 20 minutes.
Just check out the tweet, and then you can see him. Go to our website, threebeardsmedia.com.
Sure.
You can find him there.
And adopt a dog.
Yes, God damn it. Adopt that dog. We'll pay for it. All right. We're out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Old man strength, built to last. Try to break me, you won't get past. Ain't no quit.